Hi guys, Stefan back again with something I purposely left out of our last pickups video because I wanted to have it to have its own video. It's pretty awesome. I think it deserves its own video. Video CD is easily one of the lowest quality formats out there, but it can be a very inexpensive way to import some really cool stuff from regions of the world where it was predominantly like one of the major video formats for many years up until recently. And from Hong Kong, just a little while ago, I got a really awesome Studio Ghibli collection on VCD. Again, I'll put a bunch of pictures at the end, as I usually do with big pretty box sets and things like that. But yeah, here's the main box set. You pull it out here. Really fascinating. This is a really cool official video CD collection from Hong Kong of a bunch of Studio Ghibli films, and that is by far my favorite film studio in the world. I really think that beyond even something like Disney, there is an absolute magical quality, an unquantifiable magical feeling to many of their films, especially their best films, that is unmatched, unparalleled in so many ways. These are the films that I want to share with my children more than anything else. I think it's just an incredible legacy that this studio has created over the years. And this is a really good collection of a lot of their films. It goes from '84 to 2001, ending with Spirited Away, so a lot of the, what I would consider sort of like the classic era of them, the best era, even though there are some good ones after that. These are really, I think, the cream of the crop and my personal favorites in many ways, and ones I grew up with, starting here with my favorite movie of all time they just picked up on Laserdisc recently. But we have Princess Mononoke right here. And some of the longer films, because it is video CD, they're all on at least 2 CDs here. Some of the longer ones, Princess Mononoke, are on 3, but beautiful artwork and a really high quality release, both in terms of the packaging, which is really nice, collectible if you like the studio, and then even the video and sound quality. It's still video CD, but having watched now at least 20 something, close to 30 video CDs over the years, these are definitely the highest quality ones I've seen. Really nice. I will warn you though, if you do find this and you're a big fan of the studio, like myself, My Neighbor Totoro, probably the most famous of the films from the studio here. I will say, if you do find it, it does not include any English subtitles or anything. Everything in here has the original Japanese audio and then the Cantonese dub, which is really cool. I mean, these are movies that I know by heart, where I can watch them in a language that I'm not familiar with, and it would be perfectly fine, but I have been learning Japanese, which is really cool, and the next on the list that I would like to learn over the years in the future would be Cantonese, because I'm a huge fan of especially 80s Hong Kong stuff. I really would like to learn that after I further my Japanese knowledge. So it's cool to have movies that I know by heart. Here's Spirited Away, my wife's favorite from that studio. Spirited Away, really good one here. It's nice to have movies that I know by heart in languages that I would like to further my learning of over the years. So we have Whisper of the Heart, great one here. And then we have Kiki's Delivery Service, another one that I believe was fairly popular in the US. There weren't that many that were super popular back in the VHS days in the US. I think it's more been from the very late 90s on that the studio has gained a lot of popularity in the West. Porco Rosso, which I think is fairly underrated as far as movies from this era of Studio Ghibli go. I feel like this one never really gets mentioned when you talk about 80s through 90s from this studio. Then we have Only Yesterday. And Only Yesterday, along with Ocean Waves, I think are ones that are a little bit more of a departure from the, I guess you could say, almost usual feel and formula to many of their movies, and I think there are other ones that really aren't talked about quite as much as they should be. Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, one I picked up on VHD recently, and I have it on video CD. Another beautiful release there. And we have Laputa, Castle in the Sky, another great one there. And last but certainly not least, Pom Poko. Really enjoy this one. I've always really liked this one. I mean, I love all of them. You would say that of every single one. But an absolutely gorgeous collection. I'm going to end here with a bunch of closer looks at these, some screenshots here, but just gorgeous. And every one of these, even like any of the shorter ones, just amazing packaging. Even on the CDs, they look absolutely beautiful. Let me get rid of the glare there on everyone here. But every one of them just has gorgeous artwork throughout the whole thing, and it's a beautiful, amazing, really nice official collection from Hong Kong with the, again, all the original audio and then the Cantonese dub, and just a beautiful, wonderful box set that, video CD, even though it's a very, it's an inferior format to almost any other format out there in so many ways, it can have some really fascinating collector's editions and some movies that are hard to get, especially in the US and Europe. It can have some really hard to get films for really, really cheap, so it's kind of a cool format to collect for, even though it isn't, quality-wise up to par with something like Laserdisc or DVD or Blu-ray or anything like that. Even VHS sometimes beats it out pretty heartily. But yeah, so a really amazing collection from my favorite film studio. Really happy to have this.